Okay, what's the pleasure of Congressman Adjong?
That was a manifestation, Mr. Chair. It wasn't a question.
So no.
So with all due respect po to Secretary Roque, whom I still respect, I do not need any response from him.
Okay, thank you so much.
Attorney Roque, magandang umaga po. You mentioned po in the previous committee hearing that some of the officers or officials of Wilwin Company and perhaps the Lucky South 99 do not and cannot speak English. Am I correct?
Yung pong pagkakaintindi ko, hindi lang po sa Lucky South, pero sa karamihan po ng mga Pogo. Kasi sila po talaga nagpapatakbo noong electronic casino na binobroadcast sa China. Kaya rin po nagkakaroon nga sila ng mga Pogo hubs para
Yes.
hindi na sila makahulubi.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair. If I may be, if I may request the Secretary Roque to just answer this representation with yes or no, kasi natanong naman. So yes, I took that as a yes. No? So would you know, Mr. Chair, Secretary Roque, does Cassandra Lee Ong, the representative of Lucky South 99, know? Can she speak English and understand English?
Well, ang pagkakakilala ko po kay Cassandra, siya po ay marunong mag-Chinese, nag-aral po sa China, at siya nga po ay translator para dito sa mga Lucky South.
So pwede po siyang magsalita ng Tagalog or English, no?
Opo.
Opo. So that does mean that Ms. Cassandra Ong can communicate directly with the Chairman Altenco or PAGCOR?
Pwede po.
Pwede. So ibig sabihin po, hindi na ako kailangan, Mr. Chair, that Cassandra Ong does not necessarily need your assistance to go to PAGCOR and have that meeting in relation to the RERs that they need to pay. Am I correct?
Kailangan po kasi nung mga panahon na yon, ang representante ng Lucky South sa PAGCOR ay si Mr. Dennis Cunanan.
Okay. So let me ask you, Secretary, Mr. Chair, how did you meet Cassandra Ong?
Okay.
And when was this and where was this meeting happen?
Natapos na po yung eleksyon, bumalik na po ako sa pribadong buhay at ako po ay promoting renewable energy projects. Isa po sa pinopromote ko talaga ay yung Sogod Power sa Cebu at kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, na-meet ko po ang isang representative ng kumpanya ni Cassandra Ong sa isang forum ng renewable energy. At linapitan po ako na meron silang interest kasi doon sa forum po yon na nanindigan ako na contrary to the position of many individuals, ang renewable energy, ang solar po ay po pwedeng 100% for.
When did you first discuss with Ms. Cassandra Ong about about you going with her to PAGCOR? When and where did this happen?
Sa same month of July na po, no? Kasi ang palaging kausap ko ay isang CEO ng kumpanya ni Cassie Ong na hindi naman po nasa Pilipinas, na lumilipad, umaalis, mukhang MBA type of person po, kaya nga hindi kami nagtagumpay na makakuha ng investment sa kanila, no? So si Cassie Ong po ay ang alam ko empleyado lang talaga ng Whirlwind.
I presume there were subsequent meetings happened, di ba? Because the first time that you met, sabi mo nga hindi siya connected with the PAGCOR license. Am I correct, no?
Opo, iba po yung
So
representative.
when did the Cassandra Ong approached you and discussed to you about the Pogo and maybe perhaps to accompany her, as you claim you represent the Lisi, in this case Whirlwind Company? When did it happen?
Buwan na rin po ng July. Doon po niya sinangguni sa akin na nalaman lang nila dahil nakatanggap na sila ng sulat po sa PAGCOR na naniningil ang PAGCOR.
Would you know, Mr. Chair, Secretary, would you know kung saan ito nangyari?
Yung pag-meeting po
Yes
namin.
po, yung pag-approach niya po sa inyo?
Oo, humingi po sila ng meeting sa isang restaurant dito po sa Resorts World.
So she specifically requested you to go with her to PAGCOR?
Walang sabi lang po niya, may problema kami. Ang totoo po niya, ang unang sangguni is, pwede bang idemanda si Dennis Cunanan? I'm sorry to have to say this dahil kilala ko rin po si Dennis Cunanan. No? Ang sabi ko, kumuha ka rin ng ibang abogado kasi kakilala ko si Dennis Cunanan, ang mga anak namin magkaklase from K to 12 at kapitbahay ko pa. So ang sabi ko na lang is, well, umanap kayo ng ibang abogado pero ang solusyon naman sa problema mo, pwede naman humingi ng rescheduling of payment dyan sa pagkakautang po.
So ang response po niyo doon sa request niya, I presume is sabi mo nga sumama ko kayo sa kanya, no, doon sa meeting na yon. So gusto ko lang po on record, Mr. Chair, what was the exact response that you gave her when she approached you about these problems of hers?
Well, ang pag-contact po niya sa akin is anong gagawin? Kasi na-dispalcohan daw yung kanilang lessee na Lucky South, no? So, ang gusto niya is legal action. Ang sabi ko, hanap po kayo ng ibang abogado kasi kakilala ko po yung rinireklamo ninyo, no? At masama dahil kapitbahay ko pa. So, ang sabi ko, baka matutulungan ko naman kayo na magkaroon ng rescheduling of payment dahil pumapayag naman ang mga gobyerno sa rescheduling of payment. Lalo na kung hindi naman talaga consistently masama ang payment record.
So at this time, when you met her and asked you, Mr. Chair, Secretary Roque, of these perhaps legal advices, were you already employed by Whirlwind Company?
Hindi pa po. Kasi po, nag-iinganyo nga po ako sa kanila na mamuhunan po sa mga energy projects. So wala pa po kaming professional relationship. It was more of, I wanted them to invest in an energy project po.
Okay, so sino pong tumawag? Who called the Chairman Tenko or PAGCOR to arrange this meeting?
Well, ang sekretary ko po ang nag-arrange ng meeting matapos po na nalaman namin na ang pagre-reschedule ng payment is a board decision.
So your secretary arranged this meeting when you were still not employed by Whirlwind Company?
Well, by that time po, opo, parang accommodation ka lang po sa Whirlwind.
Gusto ko lang pong malinawan dito, Mr. Chair, si Cassie Ong approached you, you do not have any legal or professional relationship with her, and told you about her problems with Mr. Dennis Cunanan, and you were not employed at the time during this meeting by Whirlwind Company, and yet you extended the effort of contacting PAGCOR to set up that meeting. Am I correct?
Tama po yun, dahil nga po iniinganyo ko sila na mamuhunan sa proyekto. So parang that's a show of good faith po.
Matanong ko lang po, bakit po nyo nagawa yun?
Dahil gusto ko po talagang magkaroon ng relasyon sa Whirlwind na sila po yung mamuhunan doon sa mga energy projects na pinupush ko.
How much was Lucky South's payables to PAGCOR?
Well, ang pagkakaalala ko po ay $500,000 po.
And would you know what these payables are for?
Actually, hindi ko po alam kung ano talaga yung nature ng payment. Ang alam ko lang na dispalkuhan, di umano yung kanilang kliyente na Lucky South and may demand letter yung PAGCOR na magbayad.
Did you tell Cassandra Ong, nasabi niyo po ba how would you be able to, for the Lucky Strike to be able to settle these problems with PAGCOR, their problems with PAGCOR?
Well, ang sabi ko po, pwede naman humingi nga ng rescheduling of payment. O pwede naman nabayaran ng gives yung pagkakautang at pumapayag naman po ang mga korporasyon dyan.
So nasabi din yung po ba, Secretary Roque, that they need to pay these RERs to PAGCOR in order for them to renew their license?
Well, yun nga po ang concern nila kasi nagulat sila na may pagkakautang sila at syempre, pag nagkaroon ng pagkakautang yung kanilang kliyente, po pwedeng malagay sa alanganin yung kanilang lisensya.
So how did, Mr. Chairs, how did Lucky South 99 respond to that advice of yours?
Hindi po ako nagbigay ng advice sa Lucky South. Alam na po ni Cassie ang consequences para sa Lucky South kung hindi mababayaran yung utang kasi nag-demand letter po ang PAGCOR. Sinabi na ng PAGCOR na kinakailangan magbayad sila, otherwise magkakaroon ng consequences sa kanilang lisensya. Pero wala po akong communication doon sa Lucky South, so hindi ko po alam kung anong response ng Lucky South.
Kung sa ordinaryo na tao, hindi naman ho magsasama kung alam na walang impluensya yung isasama sa opisina. Tama ho ba? So would you know, for example, did Cassandra Ong, I presume, told you about her problems with Mr. Cunanan? And ano po ba yung mga options na nasabi mo sa kanya apart from, say, for example, paying the amount that they need to pay to PAGCOR?
Yung idea po na mag-arrange ng rescheduling para sa mga pagkakautang ay nanggaling sa akin. Dahil ang tanong nga nila is, anong gagawin namin? Dispalkohan kami, pwede bang idemanda itong Dennis Cunanan? Ang sabi ko, marap kayo ng ibang abogado, hindi ko pwedeng idemanda yan dahil kakilala ko yan. Pero ang alam ko, pwede namang ayusin yan sa pamamagitan nga ng paghihingi po ng rescheduling of payment. So nanggaling po yung initiative ng rescheduling of payment sa akin na. At kampante naman po ako na papayag naman po ang PAGCOR basta nga lang merong show of good faith, no, na meron talagang intent to pay at ma-explain lang kung bakit sila na-delay sa pagbabayad dahil bago naman sila na-dispalkohan, wala naman silang problema po sa pagbabayad sa PAGCOR.
Okay. Mr. Chair, Secretary Roque, you confirmed Attorney Fernandez's testimony earlier in the previous meeting that you made the follow-ups with PAGCOR regarding the application of Lucky South 99, am I correct?
3 beses po, 2 by text, 1 by telephone call, pero yung telephone call ko po, hindi follow-up. It is only a matter of information na nakahanap na ang Lucky South ng abogado para gumawa ng MPTT na requirement po.
Thank you po. Thank you. Sorry po, Secretary. I'm just wondering po, who requested you to make these follow-ups?
Request po ako ni Cassie Ong kasi ang sabi po niya, hindi raw niya makontak si Attorney Jessa, no? At totoo naman po, doon sa mga tawag ko, talagang busy-busy si Attorney Jessa. So once po, para tanungin ko kung ano yung kulang pang mga documentation, kasi nga po request ako ni Cassie na hindi raw niya makontak. So sabi ko, let's see kung makokontak ko naman, baka timing lang yan.
So you're doing this, hired na po kayo as a lawyer of Whirlwind Company?
Opo, nagsimula na po yung kaso kasi 2 weeks after the meeting on July 26, hinire na po niya kami para doon sa ejectment case at ang first task nga po namin is ma-prevent yung execution na in-issue ng Regional Trial Court na.
In relation with their application, apart from paying the RERs, their application as well for a license nung sa newly amended guidelines ng Secretary. So you would know, for example, of this, the nature of these follow-ups, that it pertains also for their application for the IGL license. Am I correct?
Tama po yan kasi pinag-aawayan nga po yung possession doon sa lugar na ginagamit for POGO. So concern na concern po si Cassie as the lessor of Lucky South na kung mawawala naman sila doon sa posisyon, wala na rin silang kontrata doon sa POGO kasi nga po sila yung pinapaalis doon sa possession sa premises na ginagamit para sa POGO.
Whom do you report this, Secretary? May mga documents ka ba na pinapresent sa kanila that may probably help them?
Mr. Chair, pinadalan po ako ng listahan ng requirements ni Attorney Jessa at yung Viber mismo sa akin ni Attorney Jessa, pinorward ko lang po kay Cassie Ong.
So have you told or advised Cassandra Ong that Lucky South 99 must also comply?
Pinorward ko lang po yung text as is mismo ni Attorney Jessa because those were the lacking documents. No?
So, hindi lang tayo maging abogado as an ordinary person. When you extend something to a person, especially if you know that this is of legal consequence, agree ho kayo doon. Na kasi tinutulungan nyo, kasi you would not help anybody if you don't agree from the very start of the, say for example, of the request or the application. Would that be correct?
Hindi naman po. Ganito po kasi yan. Yung pumasok kami sa ejectment, may decision na, meron ng writ of execution na papaalisin sila. So ang aking tanong, lalaban pa ba tayo sa ejectment? Dahil ang issue dyan is, meron ka pa bang kliyente na uupa in the first place? Kung wala nang uupa sa'yo, bakit ka palalaban doon sa ejectment? At in fact, ngayon po, yan ang problema ng Whirlwind. No? Na kapag natalo sila sa possession, bibigay na namin yung problema sa POGO doon sa may-ari. So importanteng malaman din po para malaman po anong strategy na gagawin namin no? Kung magkakaroon pa sila ng parokyano doon sa paupahan nila. Dahil ulitin ko po nung kinuha nila ako, meron ng writ of execution. So actually, sabi ko, this is actually a 60-40 na matatalo na tayo, no? Na ang aasahan na lang natin ay mapiprevent natin yung execution. Pero dahil talo na sila at meron ng writ of execution, ang tanong din is it worth it to fight kung wala ka rin namang kliyente at hindi rin mabibigyan ng lisensya?
Ay, ang pagkakaintindi ko po, no? I'm not refuting your claim, Secretary Roque. You're entitled to your own opinion. But I find it very rather peculiar for a person to extend such assistance if from the very start I do not agree and I do not support such request. So masyado ho kayo mabait, Attorney Roque. Now, you in the previous hearing po, Mr. Chair, Secretary, it was your claim that you were acting as for Whirlwind Company because the Whirlwind Company in this case is the agent or the leasee nung Lucky South 99, am I correct po, Mr. Chair?
Lessor po sila.
Yes,
ang
sorry,
leasee po ay
correct me,
Lucky
correct.
South.
Yes,
Opo.
so tama po, sorry po. So you confirm that?
Opo, I confirm that po.
So did you help either of these corporations prepare a contract of agency?
Hindi po, kasi wala naman akong relasyon sa kanilang, wala po akong relationship doon sa contractual agreement between the lessor and the lessee.
So if there's no proof that there is a contract of agency, being you as a lawyer, I presume that you are well knowledgeable about law, and as a lawyer to Whirlwind, you would probably ask Whirlwind Company if there is a contract of agency that signed or took place between these two agencies. Would that be rather peculiar for you not to, at least to review?
Well, nung punto pong yun, ang alam ko sila ang lessee ng mga cruise. So nakita ko po yung lease contract. Now, sinabi din nila na nagpapaupa sila dyan nga naman in turn sa Lucky South. So nakita ko rin po yung kontrata nila between Whirlwind and Lucky South. So meron po talagang lease contract in turn between Whirlwind and Lucky South. Yun po ang nakita ko.
Secretary Roque, in the previous meeting or hearing, and this has been affirmed by you, validated by you, that you were number one, you were nga an agent, lawyer for Whirlwind Company, no? So whenever you represent...
I was an agent. I was a lawyer.
sorry, yes,
for Whirlwind.
correct. Yeah, I'm wrong. I was wrong about that. You're a lawyer of Whirlwind. I'm sure part of that arrangement is naturally they will pay you for whatever representation you would make in the advantage or to the advantage of your client. Am I correct?
Well, hinire po nila ako para sa kaso. So, I do not have a general retainers with them. I have a specific agreement to handle the ejectment case, no? Which started in the RTC of Angeles, and then we elevated the case to the Court of Appeals.
So you never asked by Wilwin Company to do extra services to their client because according to you, you're limited to that particular case?
Yes po, as soon as
So
we
bakit
signed
po?
the client engagement memo, we were limited to handling that ejectment case.
So bakit po kayo nandoon sa meeting and why did you do some follow-ups?
Well, as I said po, nung time na nag-meeting kami, hindi pa po kami hired officially for any legal engagement.
Okay, what's the pleasure of Congressman Adjong?
That was a manifestation, Mr. Chair. It wasn't a question.
So no.
So with all due respect po to Secretary Roque, whom I still respect, I do not need any response from him.
Okay, thank you so much.